What is going on, guys? I am SceptileMC here, George, and today I'll be bringing you another Pokemon Showdown live in the RU tier this time. I haven't played RU for a little bit. In fact, my RU team is probably going to be so far down here that I don't even know where it is. RU, I like RU. It's a fun tier, but I don't play it as often as I would like to. It's this team right here, Untitled 82. I've used this team before, so it's not like I haven't before. You guys have actually seen it before. It's the Lumberry Gallade team. It's just because I don't have another team right now in RU that I built or that I feel comfortable with actually using. So we're going to start it off with a special defensive Golurk, Pataki, Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, and Dynamic Punch. This thing helps with electric types. I know a lot carry Shadow Ball, but this thing is surprisingly bulky if it's max invested in special defense. It can take a lot of hits. Go for Earthquake and Dynamic Punch. I have Gallade with a Lumberry SD set. This thing destroys entire teams if it's not prepared for. Defensive Slowking, because actually Slowking is pretty good in this tier. I have Scald, Slack Off, T-Wave, and Ice Beam. Choice Scarf for Rotom with the Volt Switch, the Leaf Storm, of course, and the T-Bolt and Trick. Life Orb Houndoom, and you can't see the last Pokemon, so it's a Life Orb Trapper Houndoom, and then the last Pokemon here is Gramble with a Choice Banded set, just because I love Choice Banded Gramble. This thing absolutely destroys Mercs, annihilates teams. It's actually really fun to use, but anyway, we're just going to find a quick battle and see what we can do with it. If it ever wants to load, that would be dandy. If it ever wants to give me a battle, because this always happens. As we wait, let's go to the active battles. Rated 1157, no thank you. Let's find a really high rated battle. I don't know what the ratings mean. We want like 1700s going on here. We want like some 1700s. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, he has the Regenerator Core, a Trapper, which can trap my Houndoom, Clovitzer, which could be a problem, and Tyrantrum, which is always a huge threat. So this is a very scary team, actually. The Gallade can sweep if it gets +2, though. I can take any hit off the Jolteon. I don't want to. If the Tyrantrum's not Scarfed, then I can outspeed that and take it out. I can break his core with Gallade, basically. And I think he's going to want to lead off with Jolteon or the Doug Trio this time, so overall, my best play is just Golurk. I'm going to set up my rocks. He doesn't have a defogger. I can trap him, etc., etc. Let's go for Stealth Rocks right now. See what he wants to do. He goes for Sucker Punch. It fails. Of course it fails, because I'm not an idiot. And could go for Toxic right now. Could Dynamic Punch. Gonna go for a Dynamic Punch, actually. Now he goes for Sucker Punch. Doesn't even do half to me, which is great. So Dynamic Punch is gonna bring him down low. And I am going to click Toxic because I don't want him going for a Sucker Punch again. His Doug Trio is already weakened. He hits himself in Confusion, so it doesn't even matter to go for Toxic. So he tried to catch me on that sucker. It didn't even work. Now he goes into Clovitzer, and I'm afraid of the Ice Beam as well as the Dark Pulse. Don't want to go into Rotom. Don't want to go into Slowking. Do I need this thing anymore? I don't think I really need it anymore. It stops the Volt Switch. That's the only thing it does right now. Maybe Slowking is my switch right now. I want to see what he goes for. Goes for Water Pulse. Doesn't do that much. He ends up being Life Orbed. And now I kind of want to scout to see if he runs the Dark Pulse or not. Doesn't even learn /learn. Clovitzer, Dark Pulse. He can learn Dark Pulse. That is a very scary move that I don't want to get hit with. Well, fuck. I could go into Gallade and get my Justified boost and just smack something. That would kind of waste my... I'm actually going to do that. It's not like it's risky. It does a lot, but it's fine. It's fine. I have the Randarouzu. Now, though... What do we want to do? Because we're going to kill either of his Pokemon here. So I'm just going to actually go for Close Combat, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go for Close Combat. That's my best play. He goes into a Alomomola, and I'm going to break this thing down very quickly. As he's not Rocky Helmet, which is great to see. And a knockoff will take him out from this range. So Alomomola is going to go down, which is great for me. This is what Gallade does best. It just breaks through teams. He's going to decide to go into Jolteon now. I don't want to take a Shadow Ball with anything. Don't want to take a Volt Switch either. But I want to keep this thing around because it actually hits Amoonguss very hard, and it revenges the Clovitzer now at the range it's at. So I do want to keep this thing. Gotta decide what I want to exchange, though. I really think my Golurk is the least expendable on my, or is the most expendable on my team. He does go for Shadow Ball. That is a 2-hit KO. That is choice specs damage, I want to say. Just kind of based on how much that did. If that is choice specs, like I think it is, I'm actually gonna make a double here. Or I could save this as a death fodder. No, I'm not gonna save it. I could save it as a death fodder. Sorry, I knocked something over. I could save it as a death fodder, but I didn't want him all of a sudden just going for like a signal beam, just taking me out. I don't know. We are going to be pursuit trapping this thing as he actually stays in, and we're gonna reveal that we can 2-hit KO him. And now I'm just gonna Sucker Punch now so I can take him out, which is good for me. So the Jolteon goes down, and it looks like Gallade, if that Tyrantrum is not Choice Scarfed, my Gallade absolutely sweeps this team. But anyways, right now, could just go into Rotom. Can take a Water Pulse very easily because I know he's going to go for that. That is so powerful. Oh my god, Clovitzer, you are strong as fuck. But a Volt Switch is going to be able to take this thing out. Even if he goes into a Amoonguss, I then can switch out into my Gallade, which has the Lum Berry, which will probably try to Spore because he can't take me out. So all in all, I think this game is pretty much over. I don't see a way he can come back. But it is Pokemon, so you never know what can fucking happen in this game. Gonna go for Zen Headbutt right now. He doesn't have the Black Sludge, so he might actually be carrying the Rocky Helmet, which would be an interesting set. I can actually understand if he wants to do that. But I think what I want to do real quick, I hope this doesn't appear on the screen. It actually does. I'm going to quickly sign out of Skype because I'm just getting notifications. He proves to be specially defensive, so he can't actually take that hit. And the reason I signed out of Skype is because it's making noises in the background. I don't like it. Yeah, so now he goes into Clovitzer, which means that that Tyrantrum is most definitely not Choice Scarfed, or else he would have gone into it to take me out. So we outspeed that, we take it out with his Zen Headbutt, and he's going to go into Tyrone right here, Mr. Tyrantrum, and it's going to take close combat to the face. Let's see if it's Choice Scarfed. Are you Choice Scarfed? Are you the Magical Choice Scarf set? You are not the Magical Choice Scarf set, and we're going to win that clean 5-0. As we get boosted. Well, he was in the 1100s, no wonder. I haven't played RU for a while, so I actually kind of depreciated in my rank. And this is an interesting team right here. I think I was 1500 before, something like that, but now I'm in the 1300s. Nothing you can do about it if you don't play a tier for a while, though. It's going to happen. So, right here, once again, Gallade sweeps after probably the Scarfed Rotom goes down. I'm assuming it's Scarfed Rotom. He actually outspeeds me anyway, so not like that matters. What does he want to do, though? He might want to lead off with Quillfish or the Mega Steelix. Either of those get destroyed by Golurk, so I'm going to lead off with Golurk. If he wants to go with Rotom, he can, because I can set up my Stealth Rock stand. Stealth Rocks do a lot this game, so I'm perfectly fine if he wants to burn me here, because, again, I'm not offensive. I don't care if I get burned. But, yeah, so now, he can't Volt Switch me. He'll probably Air Slash me, honestly. Or he'll pull a switch out. But a switch out into what? He wouldn't go. He might go into Virizion. I don't know what he'll do. He decides to go for Air Slash as I go for a Toxic because I get flinched. It's unfortunate, but it's nothing I can't really deal with. Not really anything too concerning. The Golurk doesn't do too much for me just because his special attackers consist of Hoopa. And Hoopa actually probably can OHKO me, if not come very close to OHKOing me, and I got burned already, so there's not real reason of me keeping this thing around. We're going to get the Toxic off on the Rotom, which is nice, and I think right now I'm just going to go for a Dynamic Punch. I don't see a reason not to. I'm just going to let my Golurk go down here. Unfortunately, what actually ends up happening is he's going to wear me down and flinch me twice. That's fine, though. It's not really a concern. I'm actually going to play a little cheeky right here. I'm going to try to wear him down a little bit just because my Golurk's expendable anyway, and I get Regenerator on my Slowking, so I can actually take an Air Slash so that I can switch out. He's not going to Volt Switch right here. There's no reason for him to Volt Switch right here. He's probably afraid of the Ice Punch or the Stone Edge. If we do pull a switch, he stays in. If we go for Air Slash, just 35% on the crit. which isn't really a problem. But now I'm going to switch back out into Golurk, expecting him to want to go for a Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, whatever he wants to go for, as we're actually wearing him down quite a bit now. We're just going to go for a Dynamic Punch right here, see what he wants to do. Maybe he'll over-predict and go for Volt Switch. I don't know. If that's the case, then this thing will be on very low amount of health. But I'm going to go for a Dynamic Punch right here, just so I can confuse anything on the switch if it wants to come in. I don't think he'll switch. I don't see... Well, if he doesn't want... I already have up the rocks, and if... So he decides to switch into Quillfish. I should have dropped an Earthquake. But overall, confusion on a Quillfish is always a good thing. So... what he's definitely going to do, what I can definitely do here is go into Gallade, I think. And, well, I could try to set up. That's probably not my best play. Although that Rotom is most definitely a bulky spread, considering how he let off with it. It was burning me. I don't think it's max speed. So do I lead Gallade? It's actually tricky. A safer play is going into Rotom and just going for a Leaf Storm, but he does have the Virizion. I'm going to go into Gallade right here. And I could SD up right now. I really could SD up and just see how much I can do. And I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go a little ballsy right here. I'm just going to SD up early on because his team doesn't handle Gallade that well. He has some offensive checks, but I can just switch out and SD up again later on. Like, it's not a concern for me. And then he knows I'm SD and he'll be afraid of it, which means I can predict him better with that because he's going to SD again. I got to make a double switch into my Sneasel right now so I can outspeed him and take him out, and I just go for close combat, take him out that turn. I could go for Zen Headbutt right here, but I don't want him going into Steelix. I don't trust the Mega Steelix's bulk with a close combat. As he decides to stand, does he get confused? T-Waves us, however, pull the Lumberry out of our ass. There we go. That's why I'm not too concerned about that. Goes into Sneasel, making a bold prediction with that. Good job on his part there. But I'm not concerned. I know I can take a knockoff. As well, he will give me a justified boost and give me +3. And we take out the Sneasel, which is a threat to my team because it can out-prioritize my Rotom Wash. It goes into Hoopa. Wow, you are a Choice Scarf Hoopa if I've ever seen a Choice Scarf Hoopa before. Not even scared. Not even scared because we now Pursuit Trap him. And Hoopa goes down just like that. He can't survive. He can outspeed me and go for another Shadow Ball. But I just have to Pursuit Trap. I just gotta Pursuit Trap him. Hoopa's a huge threat in this tier. And really Pursuit Trappers are the best way of dealing with Hoopa. So Houndoom is a good mod in this tier. I like Houndoom a lot in RU. Just like its utility, I like the fact that it can be Nasty Plot. I like the fact that it can be Pursuit, Mixed, All Attack. It can fill a lot of different roles, basically. It can fill a lot of different offensive roles. Not really defensive roles, but its typing is pretty good for stuff like Hoopa. So it can switch in. He decides to switch out. Yeah, and he gets Pursuit Trapped as like yawn, burp, and something at the same time. I don't even know what's going on with me anymore. As he goes into Quillfish now. What does the Quillfish want to do? Does he want to Waterfall me? Could go into Slow King on it. Could go into Rotom and just Volt Switch. I'm gonna go into Rotom. I feel like it's my safest play. I wanted to go into Gallade there, but yep, he goes for a move like Scald or Waterfall. And I really want to click Leaf Storm. I think I'm going to click Leaf Storm. The switch to Steelix is too obvious. Thank you very much, sir. Catch that Leaf Storm and die. He's gonna Mega up. I think he can actually take a hit after he Megas up now. So what I want to do is I'm actually gonna switch out. I think I want to go into Slow King right now. I think that's my best play. He's not gonna go for an Earthquake. So he might try to set up his rocks right here. He goes for Heavy Slam, so he takes the Rocky Helmet, which is fantastic on my part. Just gonna click Scald, because Scald's the best move in the world. And yeah, he's probably gonna go into Virizion now to try to set up a Swords Dance. That is perfectly fine with me. It's definitely a Lumberry, so I'm just gonna Ice Beam right here. I don't see a reason not to. Just goes for a Leaf Blade actually, as Rocky Helmet and Ice Beam do a decent chunk to him. I'm going to want to switch right here. I know... Yeah, I am going to want to switch. I'm going to go into Rotom right now. I can trick him with Choice Scarf if he wants to see what he wants to do. He goes for Leaf Blade again. Now we're going to Volt Switch out because we got Choice Scarf. We're going to see what he is. Volt Switch, that happens, and I can go into Gramble on the close combat. I could do that. I could also rack up the Rocky Helmet damage. But if he wants to Swords Dance up right here, that could be problematic. I could see that being a huge problem, actually. Actually, no, because if he Swords Dances, then he still has to go for an attack on my Slowking. Rocky Helmet will bring him down to 13%. I can go for T-Bolts and actually just win the game from there. So Slowking is my best play, no matter what. And we'll see if he wants to go for CC or set up. He goes for CC. Not going to do anything to my Virizion or my Slowking right here. I'm just going to click Ice Beam. I have no reason not to, as he decides to predict me to double switch out, and that is not going to be the case. He's going to take him out, and he's going to forfeit. So that is another quick battle right there, as we don't make a push into 1400s yet, but we're getting there, guys. We are getting there very closely. And we're just going to search for a new battle. See what we get. See what we get. See what we can do right here. Have I ever... What is this? What is battles? Oh, that's this thing. That's the thing I'm on. What the hell am I thinking of? I'm actually going to hide this, so you guys can kind of see Team Magma going on right here. You can see like a quarter of it, but if you think with, use your imagination and fill in the pieces. As we're just, I'm actually gonna turn this down to 2. It's on 4. It's loud in my ear, even though it's the same volume for you guys, but it was loud in my ear. As we're not actually finding a battle, can we please? Pretty please, as I'm yawning now. Yeah. My spring break actually ended yesterday, guys, so I take a train back to my university last night, and the engine broke on the train, so I was stuck at a station for like an hour and a half extra, and I got home, or I got to my dorm at like 12:15 last night. Then I had an 8 a.m. this morning. It was awful. As this is really weird without this thing here. Hold on. I don't like this. Can I expand this somehow? Join chat. That's what we press. There we go. See, that just feels better for me. Once again, a core that is destroyed by Gallade. Thank you very much. But he has a very quick team, actually. His Delphox is a problem. Apom. Just gonna lead with Gramble. He's gonna lead with Ambipom. And Handjob Facial. Wow, that is a clever name, buddy. I'm gonna go into Slowking now because I can take any hit. Take the fake out quite easily as we get that Intimidate off. And we're gonna wear him down. As what do I want to do? I can Scald on the switch, or I can T-Wave. I'm just gonna put Scald. Knocks off my Rocky Helmet and takes a Scald. Okay. Can we get the burn? No, we cannot. I'm gonna slack off here, predicting him to want to U-turn out. I could have gone for Scald again and just gone for Regenerator, but I would rather be at max health when I switch out, because it is the first few turns. Don't want to play too risky with my Slowking if I don't have to, especially because if the Dragonite, if the Flygon is banded or the Jolteon is just a spec set, we could be in a huge bag of doo-doo. But he goes into Bolt right now, and he's probably gonna Shadow Ball right here, I'd say. Don't want to go into Houndoom. Predicting the Shadow Ball. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's a bold play, but it's a good play. There you go. There we go. As now he's probably gonna switch, so I'm gonna Pursuit Trap him. As he wants to switch out, I don't think he's gonna Volt Switch. If he Volt Switches, I think I can actually take it. 40, 110 should be at 3 times as much. I'll be like 60. Yeah, I can definitely take a Volt Switch as we Pursuit Trap him. Get a huge amount of damage off on the Jolteon, which is very nice. As he goes into this thing, I'm just gonna Hard Switch into Rotom. And then I can actually trick him on the next turn because he's going to switch out into a Moongus, predicting me to Volt Switch or something. I could also just go for a Volt Switch and then go into Gallade and save my Scarf. I actually really like that play a lot more because a Moongus, I don't like the Black Sludge. I don't like when my Rotom has the Black Sludge, and my Gallade is just a clean switch into this thing. So I am just going to... Actually, I'm just going to Swords Dance up right here because a Lomomola is going to come out, and I don't care for a Lomomola at all. Now, though, a Close Combat's not going to Oko him, and I know that, so what I'm actually going to do is go for a Zen Headbutt. Try to get the flinch. Do we get the flinch? We do not. He's going to go for Scald. Does he get the burn? He does not. That did only 39%. Why did that do so little? Why did that do so little? 120, 180. It should do 60% about. That did not do a lot at all. I thought that would do more. But that is okay. That is not a real concern for me. So this won't be able to take him out, basically, is what it's saying right now. This should take him out, actually. Oh, my God. As he goes for a wish, that is perfectly fine with me. I don't care that much for that one. He's going to knock off here, see what he wants to do. He decides to just wish up, try to save this thing. 64% though is a interesting amount. He can actually possibly take this if the roll goes any lower than 65%. I don't think it'll go any lower than 65%. I don't see it doing that. That just means that Alomomola is just too bulky. But yes, so Stankfish Pussy. What is this guy's name? What is this guy's problem? Like, this guy seems to have a problem here. He needs to go see help. He's obsessed with vaginas and sex and all of the above. He's gonna switch out right here, as he's gonna try to Scald Burn me again, I'm guessing. No, he goes into Delphox now. I can't actually take a hit from Delphox because I'm at -2. So my best switch is actually just going back into Houndoom, getting Flash Fire, and just moving on from there. I do get Flash Fire, and I'm just gonna click Pursuit again, because going Fire Blast on me, man, I have Flash Fire. See, it gets Pursuit trapped, and we just take out the Magic Hoe. We just take out the Magic Hoe right there, guys. Come on. Look at Houndoom just tearing shit up. Buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Of course I have the Sucker Punch. Houndoom is actually destroying this man's team right now. It's actually really nice to see. But anyway, now... Do I need my Houndoom anymore? I can switch it. Nah, I don't need Houndoom. That does a whole lot of damage. Oh my god. I didn't expect it to do that much, to be honest. As... Now... What do I want to do? It's gonna go into Rotom. I guess if I were to ever trick, it'd be now. So I can trick that, what does he go for? Choice Scarf, Earth Plate. That's interesting, as we actually lock him into that, so that's actually pretty good for us. I think, do I want to sack this thing off? I don't want to sack this thing off. That's a bad play if I were to sack this thing off. I'm gonna rack up some damage with Slowking. That's what I'm gonna do, is rack up some damage with Slowking. And he gets confused on this turn, so he has to switch out right now, as I don't have Rocky. I forgot I got knocked off. Concerning that I forgot that, but oh well. Now though, what does he want to do? He can go into, I think he'll go into Amoonguss right here. I can see him doing that. I think that's his best play, to be honest. I'm gonna make a double switch into Gramble. He does go into Amoonguss. I do have the Fire Punch, which is gonna do a lot to this thing, especially because Alomomola is his physical wall. Could also just click Play Rough, predicting the switch. Could do that. He is going to Giga Drain or Sludge Bomb right here. I'm going to click Play Rough, as it'll do 37%. That's not that bad. He's going to Spore me now. And, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? So he Spored me, and that means he has to Giga Drain or go for a Scald right. I mean, Scald. He has to Giga Drain or go for a Sludge Bomb right here. He's gonna go for a Sludge Bomb, I'm guessing. And it's just annoying because I really don't like Amoonguss. It's really an annoying Pokemon. As I'm gonna pull a double into Gallade on the Giga Drain, knowing I can take that, as he actually switches into a Alomomola right here. Okay, so we're back in this situation. I just don't want to do anything that could possibly make me lose. The game. That's not something I want to do. I'm actually going to switch back out into Golurk right here. The reason being is I can take a Scald. If he burns me, that's fine. I don't care about that. And honestly, I'm just going to see. I'm going to go for Toxic, go for Stealth Rocks. I'm going to go for a Stealth Rocks on this play, because that's Not bad in my opinion. It's probably the best play I can make right there. So I can force him to be on 12% less every single time he comes in. Go for Toxic on the Flygon. And really, I can take any hit from this thing. I'm just going to go for a Dynamic Punch, try to get a Confusion off on him. If he wants to go for Outrage, he goes for Outrage, and I'll let this thing die and go into Gramble and kill it. He actually is just going to go for a U-turn right here. And he's definitely afraid of the Ice Punch, so he's going to go into a Alomomola right now. As I just fire off a Dynamic Punch. Do a decent chunk to him. Didn't expect any more, to be honest. And I'm going to try to Toxic him now, as he actually stays in and lets himself get Toxic. And I think that's going to basically guarantee me the game now. I don't think he can do anything else to me. I'm just going to go for EQ. As he now decides to switch out into a Moongus. And we're just... Golurk is just putting a hurting on this guy's team right now. That's what I like to see. I'm just going to go for another Earthquake. He can go for Giga Drain. It's going to heal him back, but it's not going to heal him back enough to where he can take his Zen Headbutt from me. Also, because that thing is toxic, I can just go into Gallade. I can just go for a Swords Dance right here. And I can just basically win the game. As I am going to Zen Headbutt right here. I know if he wants to Scald me, I have the Lumberry. I'm not afraid that he's going to burn me or anything. So Zen Headbutt is my best play. Do 45. Hello? That's a huge difference. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either, guys. As we're just going to click Zen Headbutt again because we know it's going to take him out from that range. And the pink fish goes down. So now it's up to his Choice Scarf Flygon to revenge kill me. And I'm not going to let this thing go down. I'm not an idiot. We only have 167 defense. So what I'm actually going to do is just... honestly going to go out into Slowking right here. He could U-turn out predicting this, but I don't think he will. He goes for Earthquake. Which is fine. And I know I can drop an Ice Beam on him, so... I could just go for Ice Beam, to be honest. Could just go for Ice Beam. Or I can make a double switch into Gallade. And that's basically going to guarantee me the game right there. So... I think this is where I'm going to end the video too, guys. So, let's just see this. Zen Headbutt. Don't need to Swords Dance up, as he predicts me to want to go for a Swords Dance or something along those lines, as that's going to take him down even lower. And now I'm going to go into Gramble. Don't know what he wants to do. If he wants to U-turn out, he can. He goes for a Draco Meteor, and that is definitely going to wrap up the game right there. So, well, this is the RU Live, guys. I've used the team before, so it's not like it's a brand new team, but it is a very cool team in my opinion. It's one that works really well, but it does have its weaknesses, and its weaknesses do... if the opponent brings the right team, it's going to break down this team, it's going to stop them, and that's pretty much it. So, guys, if you enjoyed the live, please comment, like, rate, or subscribe. I am SceptileMC or George, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.